Welcome everyone to the fourth round of PRL T2 here at France for this 80-minute long qualifying session and a 50% race to end this Grand Prix. We're joined by Semrus in the commentary box today. Hello. Don't know if you can include your audio in the party. Probably not.
It hasn't said anything again.
Okay, yeah. As expected. Unfortunately, I can't fix these issues, so I have to deal with it. But yeah, so today we have 18 drivers, Yokagai and Big Boy driving for Ferrari, Swarzek and Skidget in Alpine, Fishy Spring and Marola in Red Bull, Swartzkiller and Marquez in Haas, Bonsai and Vizinho in Williams, Reb and Vincent in Alfa Romeo, Geordie and Phantom in Mercedes, Concave and Film Globe in Aston Martin, and Hanny in McLaren and Lamsols in AlphaTauri. Those are all the lineups as we have some drivers going out of our laps already. Gonna be an interesting race to see if anyone. We saw Mexico was good, had some good action. Let's see if today the drivers will be able to at least recreate that one or have better action. Something like that. We have Josek, Geordie, Phantom, and Marquez mediums as well as with Surges will be important. I would say starting on mediums would be best, but we'll see what others will choose. Yeah.
Right now, leading the Drivers' Championship by 29 points is Geordie.
Yeah.
Near's followed by Frodo. There's Magna, who's 30. Then it is Braden Hill.
Well, today's race may go may not go as expected, as it's France. So there could be safety cars, there could be anything to spice things up and perhaps change the order in the standings. So right now, we won't know who's going to take the pole position for today and start in first for the race, but we'll see at the end of the qualifying session.
Right now,
Yeah, same. Didn't know some corners' names. Yukaga and Georgie could battle it out a lot. It's gonna be close. Last week we saw how fast those guys can be and how close the racing can get as Mexico. Mexico so far was the best race. .130.5 followed by Yukonga in second. Unexpectedly. 130.6.
He goes third, just behind you.
on mediums, 131.6. The only two drivers who could go on a 130 are Skidget and Yokagay, the top two. The rest on a 132 and Jordi on in between the 130s and 132s on a 131.6. Marquez in 6th, 132.4. Zwartzek in 7th, 132.5. Phantom in 9th, 132.6. As we have Bonsai on pole position, provisional pole position for the Williams driver, 130.4. Yokagai. Okay. Lamsaws in 4th. Not a bad lap. 131.6 puts him almost a second behind Yokagai. Roller 9 improves. I believe we'll see close racing from most of the drivers. We saw Henry Island, who's the only driver for McLaren today, was pretty close last time, as well as Warskiller, Yokagai, Jordi. Those guys had some unlucky race last week. So, but I think we'll see some close racing again. Especially because it's France. It's gonna be probably close. Let me alert everyone that this room is on, because I hadn't done that yet. Yeah.
The only ones that haven't set it up that would have
Okay. Alerted. This room is live. Could he be going fastest? While arriving sector 3, looking to complete the lap, the second run on softs. So currently in 4th, on 131.2, but they pit. Probably no fuel. Yukagaya skidded on. Around the last corner he goes. Yeah, straight opened. Crosses the line. That's 9th. So the only drivers left without a lap are Phasey Spring, Sportskiller, Big Boy and Thumb Globe. Bottom 4 all left without a lap. All of which we have Big Boy in that bottom 4 on and out lap right now. So we're gonna go on board with them. See, he's about to start the first flag lap. I mean first, I don't know, but Vincent improved to a 131.3 and lines up behind his teammate in 5th, which is quite good. Bonsai now. The outside opens on the main straight. He crosses the line to start his line lap. Seems like someone joined again. Is that's Sportskiller? Probably had disconnection issues as Big Boy invalidates, as well as Phone Globe again. The spring on a lap. See. Crosses the line in sector 1, sets at 22.8. A bit wide. Proceed on to the sector 2's longest straight. 130.380 for Skidded, who goes onto a provisional pole position on softs. Okay, left session. Marquez improves to 130.9, putting him up to 4th. Faces the spring, invalidates again. They're not good for them. Annie Island on a lap. Currently in 7th on a 131.4. Looks like they have no fuel to complete a new lap. Bonsai though is on a lap as well, and he aborted. Well, that's really close. And I thought Yukagai could have been in contention, but it looks like there are more. There is more than 2 drivers in contention to get that title. Look at how close the top 5 is to each other. Skidder now improves as Jordi is about to start chasing him down for that pole position. 130.209 for Skidder as Jordi think he's going into the pits once more as he aborted the lap, or probably recharging. Bonsai lines up in 3rd on 130.4. Yukaga is still in the pit with that 130.6. Marquez, who improved to a 130.9, putting himself in 5th. Matt Roller now in 6th with a 131.1. Stone Globe in 7th with a 131.2. And 3,000 behind we have Phantom in 8th, Rap in 9th, and Vincent in 10th, Henny Island in 11th, Virginia in 12th, followed by Swatsek in 13th, who will start a new lap as he invalidated the previous one. Lamsors in 14th with an invalid lap, Concave Page in 15th, Faces Spring in 16th, starts a new outlap. Killer in 17th with an invalid lap, and Big Boy on a new flying lap. Let's see what they can set now. They almost lost it round turn 2, but they about to set the time in sector 1 to then go into the last 2 sectors. 23.0 in sector 1. As he proceeds to go into sector 2, we'll have some slipstream from his teammate. Pulls away. To the sector 2 second chicane. And improved his time, 131.097. Big Boy invalidates again. Looks like someone in that bottom 4 improved though. Who was that? Let's get the Face Spring. Oh, okay. The drivers will have to settle up in time not to get left out. Face Spring starts a new one. Track limits will be an issue for sure for some drivers, as we're seeing now. Face Spring then proceeds to set the time in sector 1. And that will be a 22.6. Up onto sector 2. He has an Alpine ahead. Yeah, it's wide opened. Alpine of Swaksek in 10th. Second chicane he goes. Proceeds to set a time in sector 2. And start. The time in sector 3, 50.5 in sector 2. Goes into sector 3. And will complete the lap in a few corners.
Look. Now.
131.7 for the Haas driver. What can Faces Brink do now? This big boy went out for a new outlap. Faces Brink ahead of his teammate in 7th with a 131.129. Just a few hundredths ahead. But good enough for the Red Bull team. Lap mark is on a lap as well. Trying to improve his place in the leaderboard as Henny Allen goes 5th fastest, 130.690 for the McLaren driver. Quite good.
Ooh. This spring of the game.
Lap mark is then
Big boys.
from 6th to 2nd. 130.377. Exactly 10 hundredths, actually 100th from Geordie. And now he retires.
Big boys. Oh, look. See this thing? He doesn't. Hell with it.
Yeah. Who's gonna be the first guy to complete this qualifying session? Henny Anand. No, not Henny Anand. I think Red Bull. Oh, Matt Roller will be the first one to complete this qualifying session.
Geordie most probably will not improve as he has, as he doesn't have that much fuel left.
Virginia retires.
Geordie is just gonna get the around 7 mark. And he just lost it.
2 tenths. Improved to 10ths on skidded time. 130.060. But there are still lots of drivers on their flying lap, so anything can happen from this moment.
Get round the track.
Swat second, Phantom both crossing the line. Swat second, 12th, Phantom in 7th, 130.960. Then we have Yuka Guy as well. This big boy is about to complete the lap, but I don't know if it's invalidated or not. No, it's not. It puts him in 14th, 131.390. Rebel of Faces Spring. Faces Spring completes the session in 9th. After remote of Vincent. And that's so unlucky for him. Vincent in 7th. And Yann had an invalid lap as well as Lamsos. Yeah, they have to retire as they have the timer glitch. They have the timer glitch, so they have to retire. Conke going into the pits then. So that's Geordie, who's ended this session in a poor position. See if we can get Concave and Sportskiller to retire. Yes, will set lap being glitched, so unless he retires, if he's gonna set a valid lap, that's gonna mess the... No, either way. Unless once his timer is over, he will end. Won't end until he retires. Timer glitch for Swellskiller. Once if you join late, it will reset the timer in qualifying, and it will start from 18 minutes instead of synchronizing it with the action lobby. Yeah, that's normal. No, the problem is Swellskiller sets a good time and gets a place. I don't think it will be that valid, you know. And he's also glitched on the lap because he's setting a 110. Oh, so probably. Yeah, I tried to ping them, but so let me try and send him a message. Send him a message. Let's see if that will make an effect.
Oh, there you go.
There we go. Virginia qualifying on mediums, but he's out of the top 10. Top 10 on softs then, and that's your starting grid for this race. Geordie taking the pole position, followed by Skidget, Molky, Sponzai, Yokagai, Henny Island, Vincent, Phantom, Thunglobe, Faces Spring, Merilla, Rep, Zwotsek, Big Boy, Virginia, Lomsos, Sportskiller, and Concrete Page, landing up in last place in 18th. Now on to the race. 27 laps around circuit Paul Ricard. Good luck for everyone, and hopefully we'll enjoy this one. Looks like it's raining. So drivers can pit for any tyre. You can start on any tyre as well. Here we go, underway with the formation lap.
Is it intermediate compound or is it? Yep, it's intermediate. Oh, this is tricky race.
Oh, what happened there really? Williams spun and I wonder what happened, but some people didn't get away immediately at the start. I didn't know what happened, but we got 4 disqualifications from the formation lap because they will be able to race still, unless our glitch takes over, which doesn't let you race. Bonte gets disqualified as well as Vincent and Henny on end. What's going on? Thonglow spins it almost. Concave page disconnected in the meantime. So his AI is gonna take a while to catch up and line up. Oh, Source Killer spun again. You're calling it. I always wondered what happens if you pit during the formation lap. Oh, okay. Hungary style. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights, and it's like 10 and away we go. Jordy gets a restart. I didn't get the light sound for some reason. Jordy. Marcus goes wide. It's Bonzai and Marcus already fighting for that second place as Yukagai sends it in. Tries to get that third place. He's falling back as he has. Yeah. As there's some crashes at the back, Thunglow spun out, as well as Phantom. Oh! Yukagai and Skidget both had a collision, now find themselves out of the points. What happened there? I was about to say Zwoskula. Well, we're gonna see if that will... Yeah. That's what I was about to say. But And Rep now makes it past Marcus. Concave. Oh. Rep and Marcus fighting for the third place. Rep stays ahead. He is leading our train. That's the fastest lap. Marcus makes it pass again. Yoga gate pits probably damage, but the pit stops lap earlier. I don't know. Couldn't see what happened. I only saw some rubber spin before getting to sector 2. Oh yeah, of course. Pit stops are gonna be pit stops, by the way, gonna be not as dry ones, but yeah. Big boy gets dropped 3 places down. He lost a lot. Marcus goes wide. That's Vizinho. Almost get that fourth place. And Skidget's lost 10. Skidget lost 10 places. Yokage in last place with a penalty. 13 places lost. Skidget now sets the fastest lap. 143.4. Jordi is already 2 seconds out ahead of Bonsai. Sword Skiller and Big Boy both get 3 seconds for track limits. Rep still leading this train in 3rd all the way down to 10th. Yeah. Huh. Make contact. Looks like the Rev. Yeah, looks like Rev is struggling a bit, and he's leading this training. As a matter of fact, Sportskiller sends it in now, gets the plays almost done on Zorsek. Zorsek has more speed, and Sportskiller has to stay back for the moment. So gets Big Boy looked to make the move as well, but ended up in colliding with the Haas ahead. You can't give with 3 seconds. Well, surely ES management under the rain is gonna get lots of advantages to who has more. Sportskiller is looking to make the move still. On Zworzek, but Zworzek and Big Boy spun. So was looking at Zworzek, who is now getting dropped massively down the pack. He has a yellow fuel indicator. on the telemetry. Could this mean? Could... Yeah. And it's lap 4 out of 27. May he have done a mistake in setting the fuel? That justifies why... Yeah, that justifies why they have been struggling. They may be fuel saving. We'll see if this plays out at the end of the race. Oh, because that fuel indicator. That fuel indicator is not a good sign. Being at the start of the race still. And Zorskiller currently being the driver with the most places gained in this race, 11 places at the start. He's now in 6th, chasing Vizinho down for the 5th place for the top 5. Looks like the train spaced out now. We saw the stars. Zorskiller with 3 seconds as I was talking about him. To me, it looks like it's not raining anymore. It is not raining anymore, which means the track will start to dry up. Oh! Rev and Marcus, as well as Rev, so I think they had some contact. Looks like that promotes the 2 Williams to 2-3. Zorskiller is looking to catch Vizinho. Yeah, Skid makes it past Vincent, but they're still side by side. Going on to the end of Sector 2. Quite of some collisions there. Skidder is ahead. Let's go to the end of Sector 3. Skidder stays ahead. Vincent has to stay behind him for the moment. Ayuka guy pitting for hards then. This may spice things up now. Yeah. No one else is pitting. Oh! This could look interesting now. Henny for softs. This could ruin strategies for everyone now, as Henny Island and Vizinho managed to make that walk perfectly, but others will struggle a lot now. As we saw some people spin. Probably everyone. Skidded with 3 seconds for truck limits as Phantom pits as well. Concave in the pits as well. That's Virginia spun on hards. Could this mean the truck is not ready yet to be? And he lost his all from wing as well. Jordy's in. Rev doesn't pit. Rev stays out. Huh. So Rev takes the lead of the French Grand Prix. Jordy is now catching up a lot on the top three. Not just them though, also Swallskiller, Skidget, Big Boy and Face Spring and Concave. The rest went on softs and Vizinho and Yokage, the only one on hards. Only one's on hards. Vizinho now goes on mediums, so leaving Yokage on hards. Still don't know what the top three is going for. That's interesting. Concave retires. Had contact with the barriers. That's... Loka crashes out as well. Safety car is out. This could be perfectly planned pit stop for the top three. This spring got a drive through for spinning under the delta time and he's trying to serve it. But he can't under safety car or virtual safety car. He's gonna pit for softs. Yeah, the 5-second penalty was awarded to someone else as well. I can't remember who. And also, Rep Thunglob and Zosek. Thunglob and Zosek managed to pit when the safety car came out. Oh. In a dangerous place, he was about to make contact with Thunglob. Skidder gets 5 seconds for colliding with Swallskiller. Well, you did say you would see 3 people DNF and 2 safety cars. Guess you could win $1 million for those gambling predictions. There's a weird indicator under telemetry of Thunglob. A white fuel indicator with 2 arrows may mean he's on lean mode. Switching the fuel modes. Probably damage. Also big boy. Probably wanted to switch to softs. Not mediums. Never mind. Lart had no wind damage, but bit for mediums. Think he thought would have been better. Swarzek has damage, it looks like, and has a yellow fuel indicator on lean mode. So it looks like he's trying to save fuel during the safety car. Or probably means the fuel that they can change the fuel during the safety car, but we already know. So nothing new. Wonder what those arrows mean. Which between different modes. I would think so. Safety car is in this lap then. Some drivers have light damage. I have to learn the telemetry better. Wolfskiller gets 5 seconds for colliding with Skidded again. Both receiving, if I'm not wrong, 10 seconds. No, actually, 5 only. Well, there will be some arguments at the server, but his safety car restart as Jordy will start the French Grand Prix. Yeah. Safety car goes in then, and it's a green flag, and we go back to racing. Phantom has to a bit on the curb. Chris Spring looking to make the move on him, and he collides with him. Not bad for them. Killer now makes it with Skidded, but gets the place on him, the 3rd place. Vincent comes in, 3 wide, it is. There's a yellow flag for lap markers who spun. Rev tries to make the place with Wolfskiller. He has to stay back, goes a bit wide. And Thorn Globe is also approaching now. Never mind. As you spoke about it, he just answered. Big boy now. 134.2. Yeah. Suddenly it's different conditions than the qualifying session. This Wolfskiller now goes into the inside and outside now, while Vincent makes contact with him, tries not to get overtaken by Rev and stays ahead in 5th. Rev is looking to make the move again. DRS is not enabled yet. Rev is closing in. No ERS. There's a yellow flag. And that's Swarzek who retires from this session. And that's another regional safety car. Well, and it's a safety car now. You could have won $1 million. Well, so wait,
No, it's not. No.
who got
Oh, excellent play.
this? This feels like Belgium last season, where Vincent got ahead of Jordi during the safety car.
To be honest, that is not quite that bad. Chris, slightly behind that. Chris is 5 seconds ahead of the rest of the guys.
Well, this might bring
Lance is
some
5 seconds behind.
controversy between McLaren and Mercedes.
Lance soars up to 5th place. So he's basically through this.
It looks like Jordi has some damage to pitfall, though we can see it, but he says that's on the telemetry.
Oh, Jordan in 6th place. Not too bad. Won't be as good as Bear though, last week. The pit stop glitch. He could have been 28 pit stops this week. For Mexico was difficult. There was someone pitting every lap, and he ended up finishing with 27 pits. So, the time it's not basically
Yeah,
if you're in chat, put whoever you think is going to win in chat. I just realised all the people that DNF'd, it goes medium mild, medium mild. The tyres. Why not Joy gets over to I just let's go congratulations on that process. Lorenzo gets a nice point. Hopefully Joy's going to back.
yeah, probably.
So, now we just have to wait one more. So, rubber.com. Oh, actually, give them a call. Just gonna start eating my popcorn. What number is that from? Sorry? Oh, it's quite a high track. It doesn't look that good. That's safety car.
Looking at the telemetry,
I'm gonna say, slow down. And 10
huh? Well, we'll see. As the safety goes in this lap, Merola gets 5 seconds for colliding
seconds.
with Lamsos, and Skid now gets another one.
5 seconds.
Well, I've been looking at the telemetry, and I've been wondering what the blue icon next to the fuel indicator stands for, either for damage or for pit stop, for pit window.
Let me
It's a green flag right now. Oh, and he for ignoring the drive-through penalty. Virginia now sends it in on Geordie. Breaks late. Phantom had a spin. But Rev tries to send it in on Geordie as well. Geordie's struggling a lot now on 7-lap all mediums. And Rev makes the plays on Geordie. Big boy with 3 seconds for track limits. Geordie's struggling a lot now. What's going on for the Mercedes driver? As Vincent is trying to close up on him. 16 Fs. Someone has to make an F1 2021 predictions game. And they give you money for guessing. It'll make you rich. Henny Allen now with the fastest lap. Though Geordie was in first earlier and got overtaken by Henny Island, so that may be some controversy after the race. Because Henny Allen is leading now, and Geordie was, so I don't know what's will happen later on. Yeah. The World Skiller is looking to make the plays as well, but the DRS is not enabled yet. Will be in next lap. With DRS, makes the plays on Vincent, but they make contact instead. Still side by side. Vincent gains the plays on Skidded, off track, and that's a bit crash behind. But I like a race for Marquez, looking to where he started from. Oh, and that's a spin from Swarskiller. Looks like Rab is closing up on Vizinho, and once the S is enabled, he will probably have a lot of chances to make the place and eventually get to Henny Island, who is on 10 lap old soft and hasn't pit yet. And probably they will pit for softs again. Remember, gets 3 seconds to track limits. Yes, you can now pit for softs, I believe, as there's 10 laps remaining. So I think some drivers may pit for those in a few laps. Right with your ass. As well as Vincent behind, has to stay behind Skidded now. The boy made the plays on Matt Roller, and Phantom almost made the plays in Lamsaurus. He's joining the battle between Vizinho and Rev. Rev will probably catch up on Henny now. Oh! That was surely pressure going on him. He takes... Yeah, Rev goes into the pits. Skiddled now takes the fastest lap. and gets 3 seconds for track limits. Lamsos also pits. Red Bull mediums again, as well as Lamsons. Big Boy managed to make the place in Met Roller and is doing quite well on 6 lap hards. Looks like Jordi will make the place on Vizinho, stays back, and that lets Skiddles approach a bit more. Rab with 3 seconds down for track limits. And yeah, then so 11 lap all soft still doesn't pit. He's doing quite good to keep those drivers behind. Jordi now will make the place on Vizinho. Make contact with him. Skidden takes advantage of that. And takes the 3rd place. Yeah. The question is when? And he stays out this one. Let's see if you were right. Next lap. Yeah, it's put up on Jordi again. Looks like this is the closest battle we have at the moment. Except for Jordi, the big boy, and Marola. So looks like he made all the places back. Swirl Skiller with 3 seconds for track limits. Yeah. Big Boy also close to Met Runner. But no one gets close enough. Red meanwhile gets 3 seconds for track limits as well as yeah. Marola got demoted to P8 as after Big Boy cut the place on him. Missed the moment, but I have a better one up into the 2nd, 3rd and 4th places, and as you said that should be a Rebel strategist then. Heavy W Flashy is back. Skiddled sets the fastest lap, takes the lead as well of the French Grand Prix, handing onto another set of softs. Yeah. 7 laps remaining. Jordi. Will he manage to make the move now? No, he won't. %49% of EIS ready to use in case he has to. It's gonna be interesting. But this podium was quite unexpected. Skiddled, Vizinho and Jordi. Temporary podium of course, but still don't know if there will be 2 more DNFs to this race. Jordi. For glow pits. So 3 seconds for track limits. Looks like Jordi will wait a bit more. Front lobe on softs. Like any. Yeah. Skater now managed to get 1 second ahead of Zinho, so Zinho has no DRS advantage. The tire age is something to consider. Skid is well, that's gonna ruin his plans, but let's say Skiddle has 8 lap all mediums though, Jordy 13 lap all mediums, which means the tires should be an advantage for Skiddle, as he gets 3 seconds now. Is this the commentator's curse? So Skiller meanwhile made the plays on Metrola, but Metrola looking to make it back. Henny Island with 131.9 takes the fastest lap. 999 for Henny Island. 131.999. Yeah. $1,000 more and he will get a 130 flat. Matt Rollins will skill it again. On the outside line. Stays back. Tries to get back into the 6th place. Mortis spins again. Vincent, 3 seconds for track limit. Promotes Henny Allen to 9th now. Vizinho trying to make the place on Jordy with the IS. It looks like the gap between Jordy and Skidder is starting to increase. And Jordy may consider pitting. The more Jordy goes on though, the more the tire wear will affect his pace. On the same tire age as well. You can tell Jordy is struggling. As Henny Island looks to make the move on Phantom. They are both side by side entering sector 3. And Phantom and Henny collide. Henny ending up in Henny spinning out, touching the rear tire. That's still good for him. But his tires may have been screaming during that moment. Yeah. I guess you're right. Matt Roller. And it's lap 24-27. Well, if there's a safety car, Jordy will will win for sure, but if does not, it will be close. Because the more Jordi goes on, the more the yeah, we may see some more penalties. Yeah. Skittle has to make 16 seconds on Jordi to get the win. The checker flag approaches, and the more we go on, the more Jordi is screaming for the race to end. And the battle with Vizinho could as well put a stop to increase the gap. Lot marches. And he only got his first 3 seconds. And Jordi will end the race with 20 Napoli mediums, probably. It's gonna be a close finish. Well, I can tell he can. I can tell he's the driver who can bring the tires to 100%. As soon as the tires reach 100%, they may as well not blow up. If this Dino though tries to make the plays on Jordi, that will probably increase the gap even more. Track limits. Anything can happen now between Vizdinho and Jordi. Gonna be close. And marches now. Indeed. And he gets another 3 seconds. That is now over for the Alpine driver. March is spun. And retired at literally the finish line. He could have still got the P12. Virginia driver of the day. Would you agree?
Do we have driver of the day votes anymore?
I don't know. Would you agree to Virginia getting driver of the day?
I'd say that he's most likely Geordie of this, because Geordie felt really well with him and the but in Dubai, he did that well. He's kind of lucky. He deserved it. He drove like a maniac.
Yeah.
Maniac and only gained 3 seconds. So that was what a race.
Yeah, and
Drama at the end. Oh, and his
interviews. Jordy doesn't have a microphone.
Yeah. I'll try to get
So then that's your final results. Jordan first, followed by Virginia and Vincent, and Skiddled, Hanny, Metrola, Sportskiller, Phantom, Big Boy, Thunglobe, Harab, Amsos, Lapmortis, Faces Spring, Sportsack, Bonsai, Nurukage, and Concave Page.
So here is Viz for his interview.
Hello there. So, let's wait for Vincent, I'd say, and we'll start. Have you sent Vincent an invite?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Maybe try see if we can listen to the audio.
Okay, he's joining.
I'll give Vincent an invite. Okay, so here's Vincent.
Okay. So, welcome, Vincent.
Yeah.
So, I'd say we'll start from.
I mean, you can start with whoever, mate.
Huh?
Start with whoever.
Yeah. We'll start from Vincent. So, let's start from the qualifying session. We've seen you did. You had quite of a good performance there. There were some spins in qualifying. But how would you say your qualifying session went? How do you would you say you performed from your point of view?
Not too bad. Qualifying was really bad for me, but I managed to pull it off and get like a top 10 finish or a top 10 finish in qualifying.
Alright, and in the first half of the race, we saw it was pretty good from our side. We saw you managed to make some overtakes. There were some spins as well. How would you say it went for you and your teammate?
It went pretty well, but at the end, it probably didn't go as well for my teammate. But for me, I think it went well. Had a little bit of spins left and right, but managed to pull it off.
Right, then we saw in the second half of the race, Hanyanen took the lead of the Grand Prix after overtaking Jordi. Then you managed to take the lead after he had some issues with spins. So, how would you say the second half of the race went, and what can you tell us about the penalties you got?
Um, let's just say the track limits were really bad. I kept cutting corners and stuff. It was not fun for me, but I managed to pull it off and get a podium.
And did you have any pressure from the drivers behind?
Nah, I didn't have no pressure at all. I was just focused on the people in front.
All right. Finally, who would you say is the driver of the day for today's Grand Prix?
Man, gotta say, Viz, bro, his car is amazing. He drove really well out there. He should deserve the driver of the day.
All right. And now on to Vizdinho. First of all, congrats for that P2. Let's start from the qualifying session.
Thank you.
How would you say you performed in the qualifying session?
I think quali was a rough start in people's way. Starting P15 is not always good to start, but the rain came into effect. Try and get all my positions before the dry, which happened, which got moved up into P4 and then came to the wets. Kind of spun and just motivated myself to push even harder and got the big podium.
Then in the first half of the race, we saw there were some spins and crashes, but you still managed to do quite good. How would you say it went for you, and especially Bonsai?
I think on Bonsai's POV, he came off a safety car. He came off pause for the safety car and it's just slamming into the barrier, which is very unlucky. But you can't really do much about that. For me, I was very lucky to not get my front left wheel off when spinning, and just pushed and pushed to then come beat Vincent for a podium.
Then in the second half of the race, we saw Henyanen took the lead, which then ended up in not what he expected for sure. Then we saw you managed to battle it out with Jordi for the last few laps, as you and him had some penalties, and we're trying to catch on to Vincent not to lose any chance for that first and second place. How would you say it went for you in that second
I
half?
think me and Jordy both knew that the race leader on the Alpine had a 22-second time penalty. So all I did was just sit at the back of him, just gained on his DRS, gave me a massive tow, tried to keep ahead of Vincent and his penalties, and eventually took me to the podium, which I'm very glad. Try getting now some points for Williams after the lackluster 3 results. So
You also had quite of a big tire wear, ended the race with 20 lap all mediums. How did you manage to take those tires so long and stay behind Geordie? And we saw Geordie was struggling. So how do you think you managed to stay on for that long? And how do you think Geordie did that as well?
I think it's something to do with the penalties, in my opinion. Like the race leader had a 22-second time penalty. I think there was no need to push. If it was new tyres, no penalties, then yeah, there is a reason to push and try and battle out for the race win. But I had 9 seconds to go free, so there's no point. Just try to keep ahead of Vincent, who was in theoretically third with his 12-second time penalty, and at the end of the day, happened to become the podium.
Yeah. And finally, who would you say is the driver of the day for today's Grand Prix?
I mean, if I could vote myself, then I would, because from 5th, 17th to third, second, sorry, is a massive deal. But I would have to say, Kaka, he was with me at the back of the pack, and he ended up managing just to finish beside Vincent. So
Okay, and yeah, I guess that's the end of those interviews. Samrus, do you have any other questions to ask those guys?
I do not have any more questions, but it was a fantastic race from every driver, and well done, and good luck for round 5.
Yeah, round 5. See you there. Let me see what track say. I always
Spain,
forget.
what? Spain?
Spain?
Oh no.
Spain?
Yes, it is Spain. Next week then, Sunday, 7 p.m. GMT for the Spanish Grand Prix at Barcelona. Thank you, Vincent and Vizinho, for joining us in the post-race interviews, and good luck for next week's Grand Prix. See you there.
Vincent's having a little sing-song now.